Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Leno56 and we are back in Stationeers. So it has been a little bit since we last played this game. I was mainly waiting for the new terrain update to launch, which finally did. So we're going to go over that a little bit so we can see all the new features with the new update and stuff before we actually start our new playthrough. So let's take a look here really quick. Oops, there we are. So biggest update ever, the terrain update. Yeah, so it took, typically they update the game pretty frequently, but it took them a long time to actually release this one, which is, you know, cool because they actually put a lot of work into it. I did play a little bit of it while it was in beta, but I didn't really play a whole lot, which is okay, but let's take a look here. So yeah, the biggest change was obviously the terrain. They completely redid all the maps. So instead of like having a big old infinite map, there's like different maps within each world. So I think the moon has 4 different maps, the Mars has 4 different maps, and they'll probably add more as time goes on and stuff. But yeah, so they reworked the terrain 100%. And actually, from the beta that I played a little bit, it looks really, really good. So I'm really excited to actually play it. Yeah, there's different regions in each world. Apparently, they increased the performance as well. So the view distances are a lot better, and the game actually runs quite a bit better as well, especially on, let's see here. Yeah, while the old system required data for every single voxel is only present where it needs to be. Yeah, so they improved performance quite a bit, and they made it a lot more moddable too, which is kind of cool. I don't really play with mods a whole lot, but Worlds with the Meeting. Yeah, so they just added a bunch of new things to it, but they also did more features and stuff too. Apparently, there's a new lander, which is kind of cool. Um, Which on my next playthrough, I plan on playing on Brutal, so I probably won't get to see the new lander, which is okay. Venus. Yeah, I'm really excited. There's a new save system. Save transformer. Oh, so you can transfer, so you can move your saves from the old world to the new terrain update. Okay. And apparently they've improved multiplayer too, which actually would be quite fun to play multiplayer. Move all inventory. Oh, that is a nice feature. You can now hold control while dragging and move items in a container. Hold left shift to move. Oh, that's going to be extremely useful. I'll just have to remember that. Multi-blocks, pipes, and chutes. So they added longer, bigger pipe variants and stuff too, which is actually really neat. A bunch more stuff with the logic system. The new lander, planetary map systems. Oh, new computers, rocket gas filtration kit. Oh, that's cool. You can harvest resources directly from the atmosphere. Large rocket tanks, bigger airlocks, more IC units, a hard hat, which I don't know how you would really utilize that too much in space, but oh, there's a new ice crusher. Oh, I really like that. The high-speed mining drill buffs. There's emotes now. That's awesome. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of features, but the gist of it is they completely reworked the terrain, which is kind of at the core of this. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Let's start. So we're gonna start a new world. I've played on almost every map except for Mimas and the Moon. I think the first playthrough I ever did was on Mars, so we are going to be playing on the moon, which it says that Mars is actually intermediate where the moon is beginner, which I don't know if that's actually true because Mars actually has an atmosphere. Granted, there's storms and stuff, but having an atmosphere gives you unlimited access to CO2, where the moon has no atmosphere, so you have to kind of work a little harder to get breathable air and stuff. So I feel like the moon might be slightly harder than Mars, but that's just more me more than anything. Also between the cliffs of a high plateau, a gigantic impressive prairie, the largest in the region. Crater marked highlands overlooking the Great Mare. With no atmosphere. Actually, this one would be kind of fun. Crater marked highlands overlooking the Great Mare. Yeah, let's do this one. And then I'm just going to be playing on normal. Um, which everything is just normal consumption rate and stuff. Like easy, you have, your food doesn't go down quite as fast. You get more for mining. Your lung damage doesn't decrease quite as fast. For stationeer difficulty, everything is kind of in overdrive. So we're just going to be playing on normal, but I think we're going to be doing brutal difficulty, so it's going to take a little bit more work in the beginning to get our base set up, which is also going to be kind of fun. The downside is I won't actually be able to see the new lander, which is kind of upsetting, but that's okay. Let's just do Leno 56. All right, and here we go. All right, let's kind of do everything while I'm falling into the atmosphere, or that lack thereof atmosphere. Alright, so there's no storms or anything on the moon, so I feel completely justified just putting stuff in the lander for now. Um, so we're gonna kind of role play a little bit and say that we were landing on the moon when we had a catastrophe happen and we kind of crash landed. The only thing we have is this little crate over here, which this is pretty sweet. Yeah, the new terrain actually looks fantastic. Let's take our crate and put it over near our landing pod over here. And then the first thing I need to do is get a base up and running, so or at least a breathable base, so I can at least, start eating and drinking while I get the rest of my stuff figured out. We are just gonna make a simple little starter base. Actually, just do this. Let's see. So the sun's rising that direction, then we do that. Yeah, that'll work. 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna do my 5x5 starter base here. I'm gonna have to go and mine a bunch of iron, but we're gonna get a little platform up and running, and then if I remember correctly on Brutal, you start with an actual solar panel, which is kind of useful. Oops. There we go. So let's start welding these. I'm just going to do one weld for right now, just so I can get a platform I can walk on, and then I'll start working on where I'm going to actually have our shelter. Okay, there's that. Let's just put you right there for now. And yeah, everything else, that's all I literally have. Alright, so there's that. So I'm going to build my base right here. So then this will go right there. You will go right there. Alright. So there's our auto lathe. And now what I need to try to do is get power up and running. Which we have a solar panel, and it's not just the simple solar panel, it's an actual solar panel, so this will be kind of useful. Where do I want to place it? We'll just place it right here for right now. Just so I can at least get a little bit of power going. We'll just do this. Grab the crowbar so we can open this up. And then let me turn my light off so I don't waste our battery. Alright, and we have a solar panel. Turn that on. Here, let's just swap these out really quick so I can charge that battery up. There we go. Let's do one more so then I can actually go out and mine a little bit and not have to worry about it. So the main thing I need right now is iron. Which I'm kind of like, are these maps finite, like where they won't go on forever, or are they just kind of infinite but they're based around like this particular region? Whoa. This is cool. Ooh, iron. Okay. So yeah, let's grab some iron here and then I'm gonna keep working on our base. Which I don't really need a whole lot of iron. Oh, this is probably a good thing because I don't see a whole lot here. Nope, here's some more. I think what I'll probably do, since it's daytime, is I'm going to go out and see if I can't find some copper and some gold as well, so that I can actually start working on getting some more printing machines up and running. I like how the terrain actually changes color when you're in like a deposit. That's actually really nice. Alright, that's enough iron for right now. That's 3 stacks of iron. Copper, which we have some copper right here. And then the one thing I want to try to rush, once I get my, base up and running, I actually can survive and sustain myself, is I want to get probably build our traditional mining platform so I can get infinite resources. Alright, I can't even see, so I'm going to have to turn my light on for half a second here. That's probably enough copper for right now. Yeah, that's fine. Turn our light off. And we still have a little bit of daytime left, so let's see if I can't go find some gold, which I think there's gold right over here, so that actually works out pretty good. There's also gold right there. This one's closer. I also want to get the heavy mining drill too, because that mines a lot faster than this thing does. Quite honestly, that's probably enough gold to start with. Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, no, we're just gonna say that's good enough, and we will head back and start smelting all this. Let's turn our light off so I'm not wasting our battery. And then, speaking of battery, let's swap you out. Put you all the way down. There we are. And then I'm going to actually make the electronics printer so I can automate our solar panel too, or automate the tracking of the sun, which on the moon is extremely easy. Oh, I don't even have that set up yet, do I? Alright, so let's hook power up to everything here. Alright, sweet. And then we'll start smelting the iron, so then I can at least start building out our shelter here. And there's just debris everywhere. Oh, that's part of a solar panel. Alright, so then what we're going to do is we are going to swap our batteries out. So we're going to put our large battery in here to hold us over for the night. The downside is that it gets really dark at night, so we're not going to be able to see a whole lot. I'm hoping I can get our base up and running, then I can place a few lights around, so then we can actually, see a little bit better. I could turn my light on, but it's going to drain through our battery really fast if I do that, so I don't really want to do that quite yet. Alright, so we have iron. Let's see. Let's start smelting. We'll smelt another thing of iron ore here, and then I'm going to smelt our copper and then our gold. So let's start actually making some more frames for our base here. And actually, yeah, it goes that way. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5. I need 6 more. Well, 6 more and technically another 5, so 11 more. I'm not worried about the ones over here quite yet, though. Alright. 2 more. Let's put you in there. Let's start smelting our copper, which we have a thing of 50 copper right there. Alright, let's turn this off to conserve power, and we'll start placing these. Alright, so here's the general layout of our base here. Now I need to actually weld all of these together, and then I'm actually going to move the solar panel too. I just put it there so I could get a little bit of extra power while I was going and mining. Okay. Put you there, and I should have some sheets. Oh, there they are. Alright, so let's start welding all of this up here. We're gonna weld all of these up 100% because I don't want any of our atmosphere to escape. Alright, that looks good there. We will weld this one up 100%. Alright, I missed one somewhere. Or maybe I didn't. We had 20. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Huh. Nope, all of that is 100% welded. I'm not sure. Technically, we shouldn't be missing any iron sheets. I don't know. Let's make some more sheets really quick here. I don't really need a whole lot. Let's see, I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I already have 1 on me. There we go. So that should be all the iron sheets I need. Wait, did it use an extra iron sheet somewhere? so confused. Let's make one more. Alright, so the basic structure for our base is done. Now I just need to do some walls. I need walls, more iron sheets, and then I actually need to go and mine some silicone so I can make some glass. Our vent is actually just going to go right here. So yeah, let's do some walls here for a minute. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 walls. 5, 6, and 7. Turn you off. Alright. The basic outline of our base is done. Copper's done. Let's put that in there. Let's start smelting our gold. And for the copper, what I mainly need it for is the doors. So let's make a couple of doors here. I just need 2 of them. I'm gonna have to babysit this a little bit. Alright, that battery's at 73%. I need to actually place our solar panel too. Alright, so we're making one more. We're gonna switch the recipe so it'll make one more and then just completely stop here for us. There we are. Alright, so there's our doors done. Let's turn you off to conserve power. Let's grab our solar panel and we will head up here. And the ports I have facing, let's see here, 0 degrees for the direction, just because then all I have to do is just adjust these and they're already aligned with where the sun comes up and goes down, which makes it easier. Alright, let's grab our glass sheet here, and I also need to actually hook this up to power now. So what we're gonna do is it's gonna come across like this and go down this way. And then yeah, we'll just do it like this. Just something like that to make it easy. We are going to actually adjust the solar panel a little bit so when the sun does rise, it'll start giving us power. Let's see, and actually let's just do this. We'll just do it at 135 degrees because that's 45 degrees from 90. And then, because the sun will come up and it'll actually charge our battery a little bit more efficiently if I do it that way, I think. Oh, geez. Alright, so while the gold is smelting, let's go and grab some silicone. The good news is I can kind of see, actually there's silicone right here. I don't want to make a big hole right next to my base though either. Yeah, we'll just grab the silicone on the surface right there. Let's go see if I can find any more. I really want to turn my light on, but I don't at the same time because it's going to drain our battery so fast. Alright, here we go. Here's some silicone. I know it's hard for you guys to see right now too. Is this the new project Colonize Lunas? No, this is Stationeers. I've actually never heard of that game. It actually sounds kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's see where... Oh, here we go. Here's some more silicone. Actually, I have 30 silicone. That's probably enough if I'm being honest. Alright, we're gonna call that good. Here's our base over here. And then our hunger and water levels are actually doing pretty good. The only thing I haven't seen is oxide. There's probably some over there actually. Alright, so gold is done. Let's smelt our silicone. Throw our gold in there. And then I think what I want to try to do first... Actually, if I get the electronics printer, I can print a couple of logic chips so I can have our solar panel actually tracking the sun. Does not exist, but you can maybe make it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Colonize Luna. Huh. Actually, that would be a fun game. Alright, so I kind of want to wait for the silicone to get done so I can actually pressurize our base here, because with the silicone I can make the glass sheet so I can finish up our windows. I can finish up the doors. Here, let's do this. So I need 7 iron sheets for the windows here. 5, 6, and 7. Alright, let's keep working on these. The sun should be rising here pretty soon. Alright, how long does this have left? Not very long. Let's do... I just need 2 things of pipe here. Yep, there's the sun. Which is good because our battery's running a little low too. Alright, so we're gonna do pipe here and pipe there. Perfect. And our silicone is done. Oh, we have sun. We have power. And we have light. I can actually see that is bright. Holy crap. Alright, so I think I just need 2 plastic sheets is all I need. And then I need 7, actually I think I need 9 things of glass. I need 7 for the windows in here, and then 1 for each door. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gosh dang it. 9.
Power low.
Okay, I think that's all I really need. Our power's low. Well, we're at 50%. It's not really low. Alright, so let's make the electronics printer, and of course I need more iron. Alright, fine, we'll smelt some more iron here really quick. Alright, and our doors are done. Let's place the windows. So the reason it got dark is because the sun went behind the earth right there. So it'll get light here again here pretty quick. Alright, perfect. So our base is actually ready to pressurize, except for the fact that I have no power in here. So we're going to take care of that really quick. Let's do that. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. Please have enough cable. Crap. I'm 1 short. Really? Oh, actually. Watch this. There we go. I don't know why I just left you on. Alright, and electronics printer, and we're going to switch the recipe, so once it's done, it doesn't make a bunch more for us. Let's readjust our solar panel up here. We'll just do 90 degrees. There we go. All right, that's at 65 degrees. It should start getting some more power here pretty quick. Why not use manual door in the beginning? I guess I could, but I don't know. It doesn't, I mean, these don't use a whole lot of power, but it would actually make more sense, actually, technically, but that's okay. Because eventually I'm going to have a bunch more solar panels anyway, so I'm just kind of thinking ahead more or less. Okay, so that's good there. Let's go and find some oxide while I'm waiting because my food and water levels are getting a little bit low. There's actually some oxide right over here. There we go. Actually, you don't need a whole lot of oxide. You get a lot of resources from each of these nodes here. And if I'm being completely honest, I completely forgot the manual hatch was even a thing. Yeah, I know they do. I mean, I could always switch it to a manual hatch realistically, which until I get my power levels up and running a little bit better, maybe that's not a bad idea. That's probably all I need. Uh-oh. Oh, our base is over here. Okay, we're good. I believe this is ice, so we have access to water. Granted, water is covered for quite a while. We actually have a lot of water and food. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna switch these doors to the manual hatches just because you're right, they do use a little bit of idle power here. Let's see. Then I need hand drill. And then a wrench. And if I remember correctly, all I really need is just some iron sheets. Alright, so that's done. So we're going to make 4 iron sheets, 1 for each door, and then 2 for this guy. There we are. Heck yeah. If I would have kept welding, the doors would have welded shut. Okay, there we are. And then I can actually get rid of these cables. Or I'll keep the cables here because eventually I'm going to have the other doors, but I'll have the extra cable here if I need it. So, alright, nice. Let's do that. Let's close this door. And this is ready to actually pressurize. So let's just drop this in here. And we're going to drop that. It should heat up enough to melt this. At least I'm hoping. Maybe not. You know what I could do? Could do that. There we are. Released a little bit of the CO2 that was in my waste tank. Let's turn... Here, let's do this. Let's unlock the helmet. And there is enough pressure in here, so we're going to turn our filter, air, and AC off. And I can breathe. Heck yeah. Alright. So we have a breathable atmosphere to start with, so I can actually drink some water, eat some food. Which I still haven't figured out why it takes so long to consume water, but it takes forever in comparison when eating. All right, and our vitals are back up. So we satisfied our hunger and we satisfied our water, and we didn't even get any warnings, which was kind of cool. My battery is really low though, so. But yeah, we have a breathable atmosphere now, so that's actually awesome. So let's head back outside. Let's turn our suit on. And we're just gonna vent all the atmosphere in here into this pipe here. Eventually, I'll get another vent on the end of it, so it actually goes into the room, but for right now, we'll just do it this way. Alright, let's place the electronics printer. We'll just do it right here. Because the main thing I want to do is automate our solar panel, which I need to adjust the solar panel again. Oops. Let's see, 45 degrees. I'm going to have to adjust it just like that. That's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to swap our batteries out. And we're going to continue working on our electronics printer. Oops. Ooh, I need cable, so actually this will work out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm just going to take the rest of this cable too. We'll just do that. This cable here, 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 and here. Perfect. And then screwdriver and done. Okay, so that's done, and this is fully charged. What do I need to make another large battery? Because that would be very useful. I need steel. All right, I don't have access to steel yet. I mean, I could make steel fairly easily, but that's okay. I do want to place another platform right here. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Yeah, maybe rushing steel wouldn't be a bad idea. How much iron do I have? I have enough iron. All right, let's make some more iron frames. I just need 5 iron frames. And then I need 10 things of iron well, no, just 5 iron sheets. All right, and let's swap our batteries out so then our base runs off a large battery instead of the small one. All right, that's all I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's get 5 iron sheets going. Yeah, I'm gonna rush steel so I can get another large battery so I can actually have my light on. So you guys can actually see a little bit better. Because it's hard for me to see even. There we are. That gives us a little bit of a bigger area to walk on. So our base is looking pretty good. Alright, let's turn our light off so I don't waste my power. And I do want to kind of set up tracking for the solar panel. The downside of that is that I will actually use power. So let me actually make the logic chips, but not turn it on until we actually have sunlight. So let's see here. Iron, copper, and gold. It has been a minute since I've worked with logic chips because I haven't played this game in quite a while. Let's see, I think I just need 2 of these. Here, let's smelt some more copper while we're waiting, so I'm actually doing something. There's one, and we'll swap the recipe so it only creates 1 more. Let's see here. Alright, so where do I actually want to place these? I could just place them on this side here. Let's see, that's data in, data out, power. Actually, we'll do it like this, because data in, or Data in. And data out. Oh, crap. One of these is going to have to be a battery, or, yeah, a batch writer. There we are. We'll just... I might actually have to turn my light on to see. I do need more cable, which I'm glad I made the electronics printer because I can make cable a lot faster now. Alright, sweet. And then I also need a sensor too. Let's make one more for right now. Okay, let's do sensor. I just need one of these. Let's see how's our battery levels doing. 87%. That's not bad. Alright, sweet. So the sensor is actually going to face... we'll just do it like this. I might need some more cable. Do that. Alright, now I just need to hook this up to power, which I'm gonna have to probably bring a cable up this way. Yeah, so I need some more cable. And then steel is actually fairly simple to make. I just need iron and coal, which we have coal right there. Here, let's just get another 10. And we can actually build it behind this door, so that's actually perfect. Alright, nice. Now let's see if I remember how to do this. So in we want... Yeah, so this is going to read the daylight sensor. Logic reader, vertical. And this is going to be logic reader, solar panel, and vertical. Let's see if it actually is working here. Oh, it is moving, so far so good. Alright, yeah, so we still have a ways to go before the sun's going to be up. That's okay. Okay, so now I think what I'm going to do is let's make the furnace so then I can actually start working on steel. Alright, here. I need iron and copper, which that should be easy. I have copper right here, and I just need some iron. Alright, which one's iron? That, there you are. I need 30 iron. Okay, I need to go grab some more iron. I have 7 on me. Alright, let's go find some iron. I'm gonna have to turn my light on a little bit here. Alright, we have iron right here. I don't need a whole lot of iron. Which is actually... There's a lot of iron here, so we're gonna just grab as much iron as I can find here. Yeah, because I want to, once I get steel up and running, I can start making more solar panels so then I don't have to worry about power at all for quite a while. But I want to get the large battery so then I can actually work with my light on and not have to try to run around in the dark, as much fun as that is. Alright, that's probably good enough. Yeah, I'd say 3.5 stacks of iron is probably good. All right.
Power
Yep,
low.
I know. Oh, jeez. Let's see. How are you doing? You're actually doing fantastically. There's the earth. And one nice thing about iron, it actually smelts really fast. A lot have changed with MIPS, and the computer now got 4 variants to choose between. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how all that changed. I mean, as much as I like using MIPS and stuff, I mean, there's something satisfying about seeing just your base filled with logic chips. But it does MIPS does make it run quite a bit better just because it's not quite as much. Granted, they did improve the performance quite a bit too, which I can't really tell a difference right now, but once the base gets bigger, I'll be able to tell a difference. All right, so let's change the recipe so I don't make more than one, because this would actually make two if I didn't do that. Actually, no, it would make. Yeah, no, it would make two. There we are. Here, let's just place this stuff over here for right now. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the furnace. We'll just do the furnace right here. I'm building kind of my typical starter base, just because I've built it so many times and I can kind of bum rush it. But yeah, so we're going to build the furnace here. We're going to start smelting some steel, which, now that I think about it, let's go grab some more iron. And then, because I'm going to do my typical recipe. Uh-oh. I know there's a giant, yeah, here it is. So we're going to do 3 stacks of iron to 1 stack of coal. Alright, let's turn the light on so I can actually see. I have to be careful doing this though because my battery's dropping quite fast. And actually I don't see any more iron, so let's go see if I can't find some more. Oh, here's the door-to-door pod. What are you? You're iron. Is there more iron here? There is. There's a bunch of iron. Okay, that actually works in my favor. Oh wow, there's a bunch of iron over here. Alright, that's probably enough iron for a little bit. Kind of overdid it. That's okay. Now what I need to find is coal. I just need 1 stack of coal. Let's see here. Are you coal? You look coal-like. You are coal. And it looks like the sun is... Ooh, the sun's out. Alright. We will do a rain check on the coal really quick. I want to turn on our logic chip so I can start tracking the sun. You know, once I get to our base. I did kind of go far. And apparently I just left that turned down. That's fine. Can I reach it from here? Oh, I can. Oh, crap. Well, I know how to fix that. It's gonna have to go like this. Okay, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough cable. Gosh dang it. Really? I didn't... Gosh dang it. Never mind. I didn't have to do that. Try to make it easy for myself, and I always make it more complicated. Okay, hang on. We're just gonna do this. I don't know why I didn't think of just doing it this way, but... Because I can literally just, turn it. Here, let's turn this to 180 degrees. And then it'll track the solar, track the sun as normal without having to completely redo my entire thing here. So I don't know why I didn't just think of doing that, but whatever. Right, and we're at 100%, and we are actually tracking the sun, so it should slightly move as the sun moves. Perfect! I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier, but whatever. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so let's smelt you. We got you now. We're just gonna do... And we'll just do it like that. I think I just need a bunch of iron sheets, if I remember correctly. We'll just make 4 iron sheets here. 2, 3, 4. Turn you off to conserve power. Alright, I need a wrench and a welding torch. There we are. Alright, we have the furnace up and running. Change. Brutal start. Yep, it is a brutal start. I'm only playing on standard difficulty, though. I thought about playing on Stationeer difficulty, but I kind of wanted to test all the new features out without having to, like, completely rush everything, so... Alright, we're going to swap our batteries out here a little bit just so I can charge that battery up. Okay, and now what we're going to do is I want to make some steel here. So let's grab some coal, which thankfully there's coal right next to us. Alright, I just need a full stack. There we are. Alright, 40, I just need 8 more. 8 more pieces of coal. Alright, here we go. There we are. Perfect. Okay. So now, also what I need, before I forget, is I need to find, I have oxide on me. I need volatiles. I have not seen volatiles, so that's slightly concerning. Alright, I see ice over there. Ooh, there's volatiles all the way across the crater. Well, that's fine. Alright, we're gonna have a bit of a jog. Is there nothing on this? Ooh, there's some down here. Well, which one's really closer? Probably doesn't really matter. They're about the same distance. We'll just go over here. There's more oxide right here too. Oh, there's volatiles right there. Gosh dang it, whatever. I'm committed over here. It's fine. It's nice not having to worry about manually moving my solar panel. Ooh, I love the way the terrain looks with volatiles. That's awesome. All right, that's enough volatiles for right now. And then let's grab a little bit more oxide. I probably don't really need to, but since I'm right here, I'm playing on Windows. Is that it for oxide? Well, okay. I doubled the amount I had regardless, so. Okay, so what I might end up doing, I don't know if the sun actually melts ice as it used to. So we're going to do a little test here. It does. Alright, so we're going to wait for the sun to go down before I smelt steel. That's done, so let's swap our batteries back out and charge our large battery. Since we're tracking the sun and we're generating all sorts of power, that's fantastic. I guess what I can do while we're waiting is Let's throw everything in here and make a hydraulic pipe bender. Because I just need one of these. Swap the recipe out. And then that I'll probably... Actually, I'm going to double stack it. Because that'll conserve space for us too. This is pretty awesome. Actually, realistically, if I go in here, if I split one, will it melt? It will not melt. Okay. I'm trying to remember what the ratio is. Guess I could just do 5, 5 and 5. It's probably overkill, but I can't remember the exact ratio. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to smelt some steel here. All right, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I couldn't remember the exact ratio, but I figured, you know, if I have a little bit more, it'll work. And that's plenty high, but that gives us 200 steel, and then actually, you know what I can do while I'm, you know, just here is I can just smelt all of this up. And just insta iron. There we go. All right, so we have steel and we have iron, and we have this at over 1,000 degrees of Kelvin, so that's not bad. The only downside is I have no way to vent this, so that's where the hydraulic pipe bender is going to come in nicely. Let's see, steel. Are you almost done? You're at 80%. You're almost done. This is fully charged. Okay, what do I need for a large battery? Because that would be fantastic. Gold, copper, and steel. Well, I have the steel. I threw the gold and copper in here for some reason. All right, that's almost done. All right, let's turn this off for right now. I could build a large, a stationary battery too. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Before I do that, because I tend to build that in the wall right here just because it makes the most sense, I need to build walls, more walls on the inside so I don't vent all my atmosphere out. Perfect, that's done. Let's turn on the light so I can actually see a little bit here. Alright, let's make a large battery. Oh, we're making a large battery. That's awesome. Uh-oh. And that's dropping. Alright, so we're going to do this. Swap that battery out. We're going to live off our large battery here. Hey, we have another large battery. Perfect. Yeah, so once the sun comes up again, I'm gonna swap our batteries out, and then we're just gonna live off of this large battery right here. So one more night of pure darkness, and then we should be good from here. What do I need for more solar panels? I don't need anything. I can start making more. Well, I can make at least one more. I do need more copper. I don't need a whole lot more copper though, because I have 2 pieces of cable on me. I can make another 2. That might actually be enough. Let's see, 1, 2. It's not gonna be. Unless I get rid of this, which, okay, we'll have enough cable. I'm not worried about it. We do have some more glass right here, so we might have enough cable. That's actually still pretty hot. You know what? While we're waiting, let's go find some copper. I think there's more copper down here somewhere. Let's see, was this copper in here, or was this... I believe that was iron. You're iron, I think. Let's double check. Yeah, you're iron. You look like iron. Let's turn our light on for a minute so I can try to find some more copper since our furnace is still fairly hot. Alright, we have coal, we have lead, we have gold. Everything but copper. There's more oxide. Nickel, that'll be good, useful for a little bit later. Here's copper. Alright, let's turn our light off since I can sort of see. I know I said I didn't need a whole lot of copper, but more than 6 would be nice. Alright, there we are. We've survived 3 days without dying. Yeah. Can I get at least one more? Get at least one full stack? Okay, perfect. Our base is over here. And actually, I kind of want to see how the tracker works too, which we have the tracker cartridge. I just need an actual tracking beacon so my tracker can track something, which I should be able to make that too. I actually need to make the hydraulic pipe bender. Oh crap. Did I just leave you on? I did. Okay, is it hot enough to actually smelt the copper here? It is. That's beautiful. Hey, we have copper. Okay, so solar panel, we will just put it right here. Like that. We're going to adjust it so it's 180 degrees. There we are. Alright, you're still turning. I was wondering why you were angled. Alright, we can drop you. We'll just put you right there. I am going to need some more cable, so let's just do this. Let's see, let's go down to 45. Oh, geez. 7, 46.5. 2 more. Alright, our water is getting low. Alright, let's hook this up. So then how I'm going to do this is we're going to do it like this. Are you guys actually tracking the sun? I think you are. Yep, it's moving. How you can see? Yeah, I can't really see. Um, I could turn my light on. The downside
Power
is
low.
it eats through my power really fast. So I have another battery built right here. I just have to be able to charge it. So Once the sun comes up, I'm going to swap our batteries out, and then I should be able to last all night with our light on and not have to worry about, you know, being in the dark anymore, because it is slightly annoying not being able to see. Like, I can see a little bit, but it's still pretty difficult. All right, hydraulic pipe bender. Let's make a frame here really quick. Crap, I need iron. Which all my iron's in here. Yeah, I have to like sit really close to my computer right now so I can like kind of see what I'm doing. Right, I literally just need one iron frame. There we go. The hydraulic pipe bender we'll just build on top of this guy. We'll just do that, and now I can actually just get rid of it really quick. Perfect. Alright, so I need iron sheets. Let's do 2 iron sheets. I need plastic sheets, which I need 2 of these. That should be it, and I have enough cable on me, so let's swap our welding torch. Let's grab the iron. And the screwdriver to finish it off. Perfect. And then let's hook it up to power here. What I might do is I'm going to do it this way. Just because it makes more sense. I could just have the cable go up like this, but then it blocks our control panel here, which is slightly annoying, so we're just gonna do this. There we go, that looks better, and then all the ports are also hooked up too, if I ever want to hook up logic to these guys. But our hydraulic pipe bender is done, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna eject the iron from here. We're going to throw iron in here, and I'm going to make a vent for inside our base here, so I don't have to worry about those pipes right there, because right now there's a bunch of atmosphere in there, and if I forget it's in there, that could possibly blow up. Oh, thank you. Yeah, like I said, I'm sitting really close to my computer right now, so I can see what I'm doing. I don't want to turn my light on, because it's going to eat through our battery so freaking fast. And even that battery is draining quite fast too, but still 69%. Good news is that the sun's almost up, so we shouldn't have to deal with the darkness too much longer. Alright, let's turn on this, put all the atmosphere back into here. Perfect, and we'll open this up. Let's turn off our suit, open up our helmet so then I can actually breathe. There we are, now I don't have to worry about that accidentally blowing up. I do have flares. Yay, everything's red. You know, I've completely forgot flares were in here. That would have been useful. Granted, they don't last very long, but it is nice to be able to see. Not gonna lie. Do you need O2 tank for your suit? I do. I do have some O2 right here. It is running fairly low, actually, so that's gonna be my next task, is to actually get some oxygen, which that was also another reason why I built the hydraulic pipe bender, because I'm just going to use an active vent, which is going to be this guy right. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Is I can just do a canister right here and just hook a pipe up to it. And then I can just turn this on to fill my tank up so I don't have to build another active vent. I could do something like that. That would actually work. Yeah, we'll just do that. Alright, the sun should be out any minute. You can kind of see where it is alongside. Yep, here it comes. Alright, perfect. Yeah, so once it actually touches our solar panels, I'm swapping out our batteries so then I can actually just run around with my light on. Or I could just do this, walk around with the flare in my suit. Alright, well, while I'm in here, let's drink some water. And we'll eat some food. Alright. Hey. Alright, let's turn our suit on, close our helmet, and perfect. Awesome. Alright, and let's do this. Well, I have the flare in my suit, so right now I can kind of see. During the daytime, I don't really need to have my light turned on, but during nighttime, oh yeah, that red flare is actually kind of annoying now. We'll just throw you over here. That is better. All right, so let's make what I need for oxygen. Let's see here. I could do canister. I can never remember what the name of it's called. Oh, I think it's a utility. Yeah, it's this guy. I just need one. Sweet. I've never tried what's possible to paint the flares. Actually, that would make sense. Like a white flare for white light actually would work really well. Let's see here. I guess I could do something like this. Or I mean that would work. I just need another pipe, which I have pipe right here. There we are. Swap this over, grab the wrench so I can actually edit the entire pipe right here. There we are. So then if I ever need oxygen, granted I can't do it, you know, with this door open. I have to make sure I have this door open. And then I can just vent atmosphere into this tank here, so that'll solve our oxygen issue. As long as I have oxide, which we have pretty big supply of it, we should be fine for our air. All right, so air's taken care of. Now I need to focus on probably water and getting our base actually more livable than it currently is. I kind of want to automate our base and make it kind of more self-sustaining. So let's do this. Let's take everything out of here, which is literally just iron. Let's build a couple of storage lockers so that I can actually start organizing my stuff a little bit better. You know, we're just gonna have our light turn on. Oh, it's so nice to be able to see. Heck yeah. Alright, so I think the locker I'm just gonna do. Let's just do a locker right here for all of our stuff that we don't really have. Maybe all the stuff I don't really use I'll put in here. Like the flares. I don't really need... I guess we could just do that. There we are. And then let's grab our food and stuff out of here. Potatoes, so we can actually start some farming. Don't forget you can melt ice in portable tank slot now. Notice not insulated if it does. Oh, can you really? If it's not insulated. Oh, okay. Yeah, the ice and stuff I tend to just hold on in my belt just because it is fully insulated. But that's actually good to know. Alright, so far so good. So I think right now, what do I need? Let's see. What am I looking for? Hydroponics tray, I could start with that. Portable hydroponics. I'm trying to think what I need to do now. Because I want to get water up and running. I want to get food up and running. Which actually, I could just do some hydroponic trays. I need a supply of water though too. Which water wouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, what do I need for an ice crusher? Iron, gold, and copper, that's easy. Alright, let's just make one ice crusher for right now. How's our battery doing? Alright, that battery's doing good. This battery's 91%. We've had our light on for a little bit, so far so good. Alright, you're done. Heck yeah. If you place 46 volatile ice and 24 O2 ice in a tank this way, you will make perfect dirty fuel. Your stuff will burn just fine and cost no power to do. Oh, okay. Alright. Grab that. I would like to build an atmospherics machine here so that I can actually automate our oxygen production. Not really oxygen production, but keep our oxygen tanks full. Yeah, and then once our starter base is done, I'm going to start slowly expanding it into our main base, which having the mining platform like I typically do would be not a bad idea because then I don't have to worry about going out and mining all the time. So that'll fix that issue. So, okay. I'm gonna have all of my atmospheric stuff right here for right now. I don't really think I need a scrubber. Granted, it wouldn't be a bad idea if I accidentally fill this with like pollutants or something because that can cause all sorts of issues. So what do I need for like a portable scrubber? Steel in I need Invar and solder. Crap. Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying it. It's kind of weird getting used to it, but because the terrain's obviously a little bit different, but each map is like a different area, like on each planet. So far I really like it. And I can tell that they've improved the performance quite a bit too, which is really nice. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap these batteries out just so I can start off with 100% while this one is charging. This should still be able to fully run our base even if it's not fully charged, so that should be fine. All right, so we have atmospherics, we have an ice crusher. I would like to get a portable scrubber. Granted, I can use atmospherics to actually scrub out our base, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, so let's go inside here for a minute. And actually, there's no extra atmosphere in here, so I can just open this up. All right, let's turn our suit off and open up our helmet. Sweet. So the ice crusher, this would be for water. Where do I want to place this? Because typically I put the portable scrubber right here. But I can't, I don't really need it. Filtration. Could put that there. Could put the ice crusher right here. Put this right here. How do I want to do this? Guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe I'll put the atmospherics right here. And the ice crusher right here. Just because I plan on moving this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put that there and we'll do this right here. Something like that. Alright, well, what do I need for this? Oops. I need pipe and I need iron. Okay, yeah, so I need a welding torch, which is not something I really want to do. So yeah, let's build the filtration first and actually get it so I can filter out any pollutants or anything that are gonna inevitably be in here once I use that welding torch. So yeah, let's grab some couple of pipes. All right, let's turn our suit on, close our helmet, and vent this out. Perfect. All right, let's build another pipe, which we have some iron in here. We'll just build two for right now. Well, actually, I'm going to need a lot more than two pipe for all of this, so we'll just build a few pipe. Have 73, let's go down to 70. Or melt the ice in a tank, which I could absolutely do that too. You said a portable tank. If I use a portable tank, I can melt the ice that way. Let's see, portable gas tank. I've never actually tried that, so yeah, we're absolutely gonna try that. Alright, let's do this first though. Turn our suit off. And do this. Alright, here we are. Alright, and then what else do I need here? Oh, I need cable coil in my right hand. Okay. I need another one. Gosh dang it. Ooh. Hang on. Oops. There we go. Now I can just do this. Hey, there we are. Alright, so we have our filtration unit right here. So what I would probably end up doing here, so this is where all the filter stuff goes. This is where all the unfiltered stuff goes. This would be the input. Alright, so this, actually, how do I want to do this? Let's see here. If you melt water, ice in this way, the waste and will auto separate one drain the tank. Portable gas tank. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mess around with that because that would be a good idea. Yeah, and then we're gonna put this guy right up here, and that's where it's gonna auto fill our tanks. It's been a minute since I've actually done this sort of a setup. Let's see. This would be input, this would be waste. So waste, I could just do something like, can I place a, no, I can't place a vent under that. That wouldn't work. I might have to move our locker, which would be fine. And then I can just place a vent right here or something. Actually, that would work. Okay, so then all the air comes in right here, gets filtered, the oxygen goes in here, and the rest of it goes out and gets vented. Then I can also do something.
Hydration critical.
Okay, yeah, I'm having some hydration issues. I can also place another vent right here. Actually, if I have a cable right here, yeah, so I can place a valve right here and then a vent over here. I can do something along those lines. That'll work. My oxygen is getting a little low. Let's see here. When doing nitrous, it will heat up because the phase changed, but water will warm up to 55 degrees Celsius. Oh, that is good to know. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually try to use that with the portable tank. So you literally just put the ice like in the slot and it just works. So would it have to be like a portable gas tank or a portable liquid tank? All right, well, in the meantime, I need water. So let's go outside and grab some water, which now that I think about it, I should probably put all of that stuff inside. There we are. Oh, it's nice being able to see at night. It's fantastic. All right, we'll just do this. All right, so water, and we're gonna drink you. Portable gas tank only, so not a portable liquid tank. Okay, that is good to know. Yeah, all right, our water and our food is taken care of, so that's fantastic. All right, let's go make a portable gas tank so I can try this out, because I'm curious now. Because that would actually solve all sorts of issues, especially with water. I wouldn't even need the ice crusher at that point. Granted, I would still use the ice crusher once I get like a bigger version of our atmospherics up and running, because I can just throw all the ice in there and it'll go through a filtration system and separate gases and stuff. Okay, let's do portable gas tank. 20 iron. Good thing we have a bunch of iron. So I'm curious to see if this works. Let's just go see if I can find some ice, which I found ice at one point, but our base is looking so good. Wonder how big these maps actually are. Oh, you're nitrous. Oh, wait a minute. All right, that's silicone. There's some ice. You will need an N2 filter for your suit, though. Okay, because there's gonna be nitrogen in there. Okay, that's fine. I can make that. Alright, that's probably enough ice for right now. Or not. Let's just grab some more. There's a bunch of it right here. Let's see, I wonder if that's it. Oh, there's a little bit more. Some more up here too. Alright, that's a lot of ice. We're gonna stop. Let's see. That's actually fairly close to our base too. So portable gas tank, you can just throw water or throw ice in there and then it automatically. And you said do it in the shade, obviously. Well, we are in the shade since there's no sun. So I literally just have to put it in the slot right here. Yeah, I know. I just used it as a place for temporary storage of the battery. I just wanted to get the large battery, which is what I got, so I could actually use our light all night. All right, so let's start off with the. Wow, that is insane. And I see because it has this open, so it's just sitting there melting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, that's cool. I feel like that shouldn't work, but it absolutely does. Yep, and nitrogen. I wonder if you can do that with I wonder if you can do that with oxide too. That's gonna
Getting
be
low.
hilarious. Actually, now I'm curious. Let's make another one. I bet you can do it with oxide. Well, we have water. So you can only ice crush is faster, but tank version is free. Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's see here. Oh, that 100% works. That is amazing. Wow. I feel like that probably shouldn't be a thing, but huh, that's hilarious. Okay, let's go grab some more oxide because my oxygen is getting low regardless. So yeah, I mean, for starting out, that actually works fantastically. I mean, obviously we'll use the ice crusher when we start like grabbing a bunch of it and stuff. And we'll automate it that way, but for to start out like that's amazing. Well, I guess I can use silicone too. Let's see here. Yeah, and we are running low on our oxygen anyway, so that'll actually be fantastic. I don't think there's any more oxide in here. I think we grabbed all of it that was in here. Oh, never mind. There's more right here. Also, the thing is bolted down to connect. You can still interact with its slot. Yes. Okay, that makes sense because then I can actually hook that tank up to. Granted, once there's water in that gas tank, I can actually convert that into a liquid tank. Alright, so what we're... Oh, I'm having issues climbing up this mountain. That's what the problem is. Okay. So we are going to do... So this is our oxygen, which we're just going to put right here for right now, and we're going to do... I don't know if it's a good idea to put that much in there, but it's working. Yeah, so we're going to wait for all of this to melt. Let's see. There's a little bit of nitrogen, which I'll probably need a nitrogen filter. All right, here goes nothing.
Air tank critical.
Boom. That is so easy. I feel like that's almost like a cheat, if I'm being completely honest, because I remember when that was not a thing, and you had to like use active vents and everything. You had to melt the ice and then vent it into it, which, you know, is easy enough to do anyways, but this just makes it that much easier, which is awesome. And yeah, not having to worry about power is really nice too, since we have that all automated. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're continue our setup in here. And then I would like to get food growing as well. Yeah, so then I guess the real question is, how do I get the water out of here and into... Because I can use a water bottle filler, which I just need silicone, which I have silicone somewhere. Yeah, and that's actually a fantastic way to get fuel too. 46.20 for volatile. Yeah, it's like 2 volatile for every 1 oxide. Alright, so... Yeah, let's just put this out here. I think what I'm going to have to do, because we have our oxygen tank here, we have our water tank here, I'm going to have to build another one for fuel for our welder and stuff. That simplifies everything drastically. Like, it's like a game changer almost. Okay, which technically, I mean, how do I get this out of here? I'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. I guess I could probably I could hook it up to a thing and actually convert it into a liquid, so that's no issue. If you can, I'd paint those tanks. Yeah, I need to get the, which actually I could probably build it right now that I think about it. All I need is iron and copper. How much iron do I have? I have just enough iron, and I have enough copper too. Yeah, so let's build that so that I can paint them, because yeah, I'm gonna forget which one's which, and I'm gonna have a really bad day because of it at some point. Let's go while this is waiting. Let's go and grab some more iron so that I can actually start making some more pipe and stuff. Oh crap. Okay. Yeah, I need more iron anyways. Yep, I need a nitrogen filter. The 1 minute I need to find iron, I can't find iron. Well, there's iron way over there. I don't want to go that far. There's iron. I just need literally 5 things of iron here. I don't need a whole lot of it.
Oxygen
Yep,
critical.
I know. Give me a minute. Oh, God. worst case, I can just go inside. Okay, okay, we're good, we're good. That was exactly 5, that was perfect. I need a nitrogen filter, which is right there. There we go. Alright, that fixed it. Yeah, so the reason that happened is because oxide has both oxygen and nitrogen. The portable gas connector. Oh, it does, doesn't it? Wow. Yeah, you really don't need the ice crusher, at least not to start with. Huh. Well, I'm not really too worried about water right now, so that's fine. Let's do this. Here, let's turn you off. Let's place you right there. Now we can actually delete this frame. We'll just do that. Alright, so let's do sheets. We need iron. 2. I need silicone. And then, let's see, where's the copper at? Oh, copper's in here. Let's, 16 cables. Let's do it. Actually, you know what I need is I need the stackers. Stackers would be useful. There we are. Nice. Alright, and that's it. That's all we got. Okay, so let's do this. There we are. So then I can still have access to each of the control panels, and that I think that just looks a lot more clean too. All right, so iron in here, and let's do white. So I just need one of you, and then we're gonna paint that other one blue. Oxygen. Turn you off, and blue. Perfect. So water and oxygen, which they're both technically gas tanks, but that works. Yeah, I forgot the portable gas tank connector has both the water and the gas input. Okay, so I'm like thinking of 8,000 different things at once right now, which is kind of funny. All right, so that's all done there. I would like to get yeah, let's continue working on this setup right here. Or here's something I could do. I could do the stationary battery. So I need 20 gold, 20 copper, and 20 steel. Well, I have 12 gold, 0 copper, and 180 steel, so, we're close. Yeah, let's go do that, because then if I can start, kind of, stockpiling some power, that'd be useful. I do need more iron, which there was iron over here. Actually, there's kind of iron everywhere. Although I do love the idea of using the portable gas tanks for fuel. Like, that is extremely useful. I wonder how long that's been a thing where you could use them like that. So I'm definitely going to use that in every playthrough I do. Alright, that's probably enough iron for right now. Let's see, I need to find gold and copper. It's so nice not having to worry about light and having to do this in, the dark. Alright, here's some gold. And I think what I want to try to do as well at some point is once I get our the stationary batteries built, I'm going to start getting everything I need to make some of the other alloys so I can get the heavy mining drill, because that'll make at least the mining process quite a bit faster. That's technically all the gold I need for at least a single stationary battery. Let's see if I can get a little bit more though. Alright, here's some more gold in here. There we are. Alright, that's probably enough for right now. I'm gonna keep this open so you can kind of tell that there's gold there. Alright, let's go find some copper. There's more oxide over here, which I'm gonna grab at some point because I'm gonna need fuel for our welding torch. Which actually that still has quite a bit of fuel in it. I'm honestly not that worried about it. Here's some copper. What I am kind of getting worried about is our battery for our drill here. Or I need at least 20 copper. But if I can get more, that would be even better. And it looks like we have more, so that actually works perfectly. Alright, that's all I'm going to grab right now. I'm going to keep that exposed so I can tell that's copper. If and when I ever come over to this area again. Where's my base? Uh-oh. Oh, okay, the crater's over here. There's my base. Yeah, it might be a good idea to get the tracker up and running just in case, because I can see myself getting lost and dying a horrible and painful death. They made the change when they added ice melting via welder. Okay, that makes sense. Wow, there's copper right here. Okay, so I'll probably smelt the copper first. And then we'll smelt the gold that we need. I only need 8 gold. I have 12 already in there. Our base is coming together quite nicely. Okay, so let's smelt the copper. I only need 20 copper. How's our battery doing? Our batteries are actually doing fantastically. I probably don't need a stationary battery realistically right now, but I'm kind of future-proofing our base here too. Speaking of, I should probably place a pipe and a vent on you so I can vent you out, because you're not really hot enough to do anything anymore. 40. Alright, about 8 more to go, and then I'm gonna swap it out for our gold. Our base is actually doing quite well. I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move this though. Downside of that, but that's fine. All right, and that's good. Let's swap you out. All right, since I'm curious about that change. So there was a way to actually. Oh, I can't do it because I moved the cursor to my tab button. And I think I need you have to do shift control in order to. That opens up the console window. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to mess around with the controls. And we're at 35. There we are. That's 8. Sweet. So I should be able to make a stationary battery. Yep, there it is. All right, let's swap this out because I'm gonna need more cable more than anything else. Okay. And then before I forget, I do need some iron here because I need one. I could do, because I need at least one wall. Well, I need at least 2 walls. Okay. We'll just do all 3. That's fine. Alright, let's swap you out for iron here really quick, because I need more iron for iron sheets and stuff. Alright, and you're almost done. You're slowly getting done, because I'm going to put our stationary battery right here into the wall. But I have to be able to hook up the cable behind the battery, so I need to actually deconstruct this a little bit. I'm wondering why you don't have the glasses yet. I was gonna say, it's gonna be a minute before I get the glasses. Granted, it would be nice to kind of have them, not have to guess where all the ores are. But typically, I start working on our like the mining platform so I can automate like ore extraction. So at that point, I really don't need the glasses unless I'm looking for like volatiles and oxide or something. All right. One, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. All right. So we'll just do type 1 wall there, type 1 wall there. Ooh, perfect. All right, and the battery's done. So let's go inside here really quick. Actually, what am I doing? I keep thinking I'm on like Mars or Europa or any other planet that has 2 atmospheres. Or not 2 atmospheres, but where there's atmosphere like on the planet and you have to like separate them. All right, now I should be able to deconstruct this wall out here, place the battery in there, and go that route. So that should work. I always second guess myself when I do this, but yeah, no, we're fine. All right, so battery. Gosh dang it. Okay, let's do this. We need 2 steel sheets is all. Okay. Which we have steel in here. Here, let's place you right there for right now. Grab some steel sheets. And the reason I'm doing this is because I have to unhook this guy, which we're going to lose power to our base at that point. Alright, so here we go. so let's do this. Swap that out, and the stationary battery, we're just going to put right there for right now. Then I just need a screwdriver, and it is finished. So let's turn you on. Let's do
Power low.
power's fine. It's only 50%. Alright, so yeah, we'll throw you in there right now. We'll do that, and then let's hook this up. Now we should be charging. Hey, it's working. Alright, perfect. So then, before I forget, let's grab this and we will weld this up. There we go, that looks better. Alright, perfect. So this should be charging. Once this is fully charged, this battery should start charging as well. But that looks good. And then I think I'm probably going to call it here for this episode. We got quite a bit done. We spent most of the time in complete darkness just because we didn't have any lights. But once we got our power situated in a couple of large batteries, we have light now, so that's actually fantastic. In the next episode, what I plan on doing is building some more solar panels just so we can keep ahead of our power consumption. So we don't run into any issues there, because if we run out of power, that's going to cause all sorts of problems. And then I would like to start working on the inside of our base a little bit more, get the atmospherics all obviously up and running. I love the portable tanks. Like, that is fantastic. Did not even know that was a thing. Like, that makes the early game so much easier, which apparently I just like to make it more complicated on myself, because I think they implemented that during some of my other playthroughs and stuff too, which is kind of hilarious. So, but yeah, I want to get the atmospherics up and running so I can automate our oxygen production. And I mean, realistically, I can go and just find a bunch of oxide, throw it in here, and then I'll just set up some logic so it'll automatically fill our tank, and we can automate that, and then we can get water production going. Then I can start growing some plants and have a nice little starter base while I start working on our main base, which I'll probably start off with the mining platform just so I can start getting unlimited resources and not have to go out mining all the time. But I would like to push towards the heavy mining drill, so I might do that in the next episode, because we are going to need a lot of resources for the mining platform itself. So that's my plan for the next couple of episodes. But um, yeah, and yeah, the glasses are not that hard to get. Super helpful if you find uranium or large amounts of coal for pressure. And quite honestly, the downside to the heavy drills is all the ores that those extract don't actually they're not pressurized. They don't have any gases in them. So that's where the glasses would come in handy. And then obviously the heavy mining drill, so I can mine that quite a bit easier. Yep, I do know the deep miners have changed, so I'm gonna have to look that up a little bit as well, but we will figure it out. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see